Hello, lovely. Have you ever looked at someone and thought, my goodness, they're just a whirlwind of energy? One minute they tell a fantastic story full of life and laughter, the next they've spotted something shiny and are off on a new adventure. It's brilliant, isn't it? That zest for life is something truly special. We often call this a sanguine personality. Life and soul of the party, bringing a little bit of sunshine wherever they go. But sometimes that whirlwind can feel a bit much. Constantly flitting from one thing to another isn't always just a love for novelty. It can be a real struggle to stay focused. Boundless energy might not just be excitement. It can feel like being unable to sit still when you really want to. We start to wonder if it's more than a bubbly personality. We hear a different term, ADHD, attention deficit / hyperactivity disorder. It can get a wee bit confusing, can't it? Trying to figure out if this is who someone is or if something else is going on beneath the surface. So, what does it really mean to have a sanguine temperament? Picture the friend who can walk into any room and leave with 5 new pals. That's your sanguine, wonderfully expressive, talking with their hands, telling stories that pull you in. Eternal optimists, finding silver linings, their glass practically overflowing, and sharing it with everyone, warmth and light that's infectious. This love for people and new experiences drives them. A sanguine person thrives on variety and spontaneity. A planned, quiet weekend might feel like a nightmare. They'd rather go on a last-minute trip, try a new restaurant, or host a big, lively get-together. They're brilliant at starting new projects, filled with a burst of passion and a million ideas. Their enthusiasm is contagious. They can get a whole team excited about a new venture. Of course, no one is perfect. The love of new has a flip side. That burst of energy can fizzle out before finishing. It's not that they don't care. The next exciting idea has their attention. At its heart, the sanguine temperament is about living in the moment. Motivated by fun, motivated by social rewards, motivated by the sheer joy of experience. It's a beautiful way to be. Now let's talk about ADHD. It's so much more than just being a bit energetic. Think of the ADHD brain as having a wonderfully creative but slightly mischievous radio tuner. It's constantly scanning through all the stations at once. The conversation you're in, the memory of a song you heard yesterday, the worry about a future appointment, the fascinating pattern on the wallpaper. This is the inattentive part of ADHD. It's not a lack of attention, but rather an abundance of it. The brain just struggles to direct it to one station for a long period, especially if that station isn't very interesting to it. Then you have the hyperactivity and impulsivity. For someone with ADHD, it can feel like having a little motor inside that's always running. As a child, that might look like running around, climbing on everything. As an adult, it might be more subtle, constantly fidgeting with a pen. Impulsivity means you might interrupt people without meaning to, or buy something on a whim, because the gap between thought and action is just that little bit shorter. This constant brain buzz can make everyday tasks feel like climbing a mountain. Things that might seem simple to others, like filling out a form, replying to an email, or even just following a recipe, can be a real challenge. This can be incredibly frustrating and can lead to feelings of being overwhelmed and not good enough. It's not about being lazy or not caring. It's about having a brain that is wired differently, and understanding this is key to finding kindness for yourself and for others. So here we are at the big question. How can you tell the difference? A sanguine friend forgets your coffee date because they got swept up in a fascinating chat with a stranger. A friend with ADHD forgets because the appointment simply vanished from their working memory, overshadowed by a dozen other competing thoughts. Both look the same on the surface, but the why is different. The key difference often comes down to 2 little words: impairment and pervasiveness. Is the distractibility situational? A sanguine person might be easily distracted at a boring meeting but can focus for hours on planning a surprise party. For someone with ADHD, the struggle to focus is often there across the board, even with things they genuinely want to do. Another thing to look at is the emotional impact. A sanguine person often bounces back quickly from a mistake. For a person with ADHD, a lifetime of forgetting things, missing deadlines, and feeling like they've let people down can lead to significant issues with anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. Ultimately, if you're really wondering, the best thing to do is to seek a professional opinion. It's not about getting a label for the sake of it, it's about getting clarity. Whether your whirlwind nature comes from a sanguine soul or an ADHD brain, the wonderful news is you can absolutely thrive. It's all about building a life that works with your wonderful mind, not against it. For both types, externalizing information is a game changer. Use big wall calendars, set loud reminders on your phone, create a landing strip by the door for keys, wallet, phone. Embrace shifting interests instead of fighting them. Create a hobby basket for half-finished projects. For sanguine types, it honors novelty. For ADHD folks, it reduces shame. Chunk tasks down. Instead of cleaning the whole house, spend 15 minutes tidying the living room. A timer can be your best friend. Tasks feel smaller. You get a little hit of dopamine when you succeed. Now, your strengths. You have so many. Sanguine and ADHD minds are often fantastically creative. You see connections others miss. You're brilliant in a crisis. You think on your feet. Consider roles in marketing, events, emergency services, entrepreneurship. Your energy and passion can be your greatest asset. Most important, self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. You are not broken. Your brain is unique and powerful. Surround yourself with people who get you, who love your energy, who forgive your forgetfulness. Build a life that's manageable, joyful, successful, wonderfully, authentically you. You've got this. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more uplifting content.